think we're at like
64 subscriber update.
whoa, that's like an actual Nintendo number.
Yeah, isn't it? That is true. This is a very worthy segment. Um, this is kind of interesting. We've slowed down a bit. So for a while we were doubling, and then it was like we got that big, bump where we got some recommendations for
We
a couple
haven't
of our videos.
slowed down. We've just held pace because if we've been getting like 8 every week, then that's not doubling every week. That's just adding 8 every week.
Well, it was 8, and then it was 16, and then it was 32.
Did we? Oh, did we make that big leap?
It was very close to 30. It was definitely by the time we posted it anyway.
We haven't had any viral clips in about a week and a half.
Yeah, we haven't been doing too hot in the views department.
Okay.
Well,
Dude,
actually, Switch 2 is a PC. Looks like that was the hottest of the last bunch with 347 views.
I'm impressed with our baseline because we'll get like 30 or 40.
That is kind of impressive, considering we definitely had a lower baseline in our early phases of our own channels.
Oh yeah.
I do think we should give ourselves a pat on the back, though. We started this, and we stuck with it, and we didn't tell anybody about it for no real reason. We just didn't, and we're still doing it. I think I talked to Brendan the Crawl a while back, and he told me that the average podcast lasts 7 podcasts, and this is session 7. And
Is
because
it?
of
We made it.
we made it. This is the average, where the average one will die. We will at the very least make it another one, because the whole reason we even started doing it again was to ramp up so that we would have an outlet to talk about the Switch 2 when it finally dropped. We anticipated some more leaks, though. There's really Nintendo's been extremely hush hush.
That's not why I started. I just want to talk to you. That was it.
Well, yeah. We have these conversations anyway, so it's like, well, why not make a podcast, right? Well, to be fair,
that's the way everyone thinks.
Yeah, right.
Everyone who makes a podcast.
Yeah, and I'm of the stance that we don't need more podcasts. We don't,
There's too many. I was recommended a few sub 100 view podcasts this past week, and I actually put them on and listened to them. Don't know why, but I did. The whole thing. One was 3 hours, and I just listened to the whole thing. I don't know why. They did a segment that we're gonna ape because they did games that we want to play but have not played, and they all independently said Chrono Trigger and didn't tell each other, so that was kind of entertaining.
Well, I wonder if they're gonna watch your video.
Maybe.
Or if they're not going to see it because they'll see Liam
dead.
Triforce's first, and they'll just click that one instead.
They're going to see Liam Triforce's video because mine is dead. Mine does not get views anymore. But his, I think I don't know. I stopped paying attention.
I think it died pretty quickly, honestly. It
was still climbing. It got 50, and then it was slow. It climbed another 25,000 after the initial couple days.
I think for a period there, from 2011 to 2016, any Chrono Trigger video was just guaranteed a lot of traction. I'm wondering if people are not caring about it as much.
I don't think that's. I mean, maybe. Who knows?
Maybe.
Who knows? I mean, that was the first time I did one. I never felt worthy of doing one. I still don't really feel worthy of doing one.
That's a good perspective to have. It's better than some of these video game YouTubers will talk about a game and act as if just them talking about it is somehow more significant than the game existing in the first place, and that always bothers me. When people they take ownership over this game they're covering. Speedrunners do this sometimes.
Speedrunners can do that.
They can. Most don't. I'm a speedrunning fan. I enjoy watching speedrunning. I enjoy the humor of it. I enjoy the pop-offs. I enjoy the angry speedrunning moments. But I do think sometimes there's some ego that comes with it.
If Summoning Salt or Matt Turk want to be elitist about Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, I think they can do it.
Yeah, Summoning Salt, if you're listening.
If you're listening.
You're welcome on the podcast anytime. We might start having more guests soon, just for fun. I know Meatball wants to get on here.
Yeah, he asked me to, so maybe.
Yeah, I got there's a few people we could have. I think we could have some fun with it.
I caught up with my editing today on my thrift store video, so I edited through the segment where he was with me.
I'm behind on my editing, but I've been making really good progress.
Okay. I mean,
I guess I could I could do a little spoiler action for those still listening for my next video. I was playing around with several ideas
Yeah,
for the intro. First of all, I can't do another Getsu Fumiden intro. It was just that nearly broke me. But I'm still
understandable.
doing cool stuff.
You spent
And
weeks on that, on just the intro.
what?
You spent weeks on that, and then you're
I
just like,
did.
all right, it's done. Now I can start. Now we can finally play the game. That
Right.
was,
So
yeah.
this time I've been doing things differently. I will say that I fell behind kind of in general just with life stress,
Mm,
but I have kind of a better thing. I started from the back of the video.
okay.
I got a lot of the video done, at least in terms of like finding the right clips for the right moments and having them not pull away or be too distracting from your eyes. That's something I always focus on to make it easy to watch.
You're a freak with that.
And then I started working on the intro, and I'd like leave it and I'd come back and I'd come back, but now I'm fully in, and I'm there's this funny moment with Birdo, who is Catherine in Doki Doki Panic, known as Birdo elsewhere for some reason.
You're kidding.
Yeah, Catherine.
Wow.
Yeah, it's Catherine. Anyway, there was this part where I was going to be riding an egg, bear hugging it, and like flying along the egg.
You have to
And
do that now. Now that you said
well,
it.
I could with not too much effort, because of everything else that's already in place, but it wouldn't really make sense. I would just be
Oh.
on the egg. There's
At
I
least do
guess
some keyframing. Just like a lazy, just like follow the egg across the screen like where you're standing on it.
well, like I've done that before, kind of with the Dark Souls video when the crow carried me away. That took a long time though. That was like frame by frame. But
Gotcha.
anyway, this time I hold the game though, and like physically, and I throw it, and I actually threw it in real life when I did this, and it goes spinning and spinning and spinning, and it kind of zooms in on it, and then it goes away from that and goes into the distant horizon, and then it goes to the island where Catherine is on stage
Yeah.
4, where she hits the egg, and then you ride the egg to get to
Yeah.
the
Iconic
dungeon.
stage.
But I found this excellent old commercial for a game that shall not be named
Yeah.
that looks a lot like Doki Doki Panic. Anyway, um, there's this part where Catherine goes like this, and then goes, and is building up pressure and fires out an egg. And so that it goes to there, and then that Catherine comes out and fires the egg, and the egg goes spinning, and then it knocks the game out of orbit as it's spinning, and the game flies really close to the screen, like up close. And then you can see it, and I finish what I'm going to say about it, and then it goes down into the regular intro. Now, I
That
could
sounds
ride the egg, and
that
maybe I'll
sounds
ride.
amazing. Well, you could do it in a shot later.
Yeah, I could do it in a shot later. The thing was, it just seemed cleaner. Like with the Getsu Fumiden intro, because of all the work that I put into it, I milked it a little bit. And it was
Mm.
definitely for people who already knew what my intros looked like in my channel.
Oh yeah.
Because for new viewers, it's like 5 minutes until I start talking about the game, really, outside of the very initial start. And that's because I've got the intro and then the bridge. So anyway.
So you said something in that ramble that made me think that you don't like busting out the same trick twice.
Oh no, no. That's the thing. All of my intros are wholly unique. Like they follow a similar structure, but they're always different, and that's fun for me. I know this is a funny memory I'm having now. When I was first describing my Getsu Fumiden intro to you, you were just kind of like, I don't know, man, that sounds crazy. Like I literally had no idea what I was talking
Well,
about.
you trying to phonetically explain what you were going for like made no sense. Even in text, I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's talking about just a bunch of spinning.
Yeah, you
Eh,
weren't the only one. I would describe it like to Sakina, and she was just like, I don't know. That sounds like a lot of work. And, I'm bad
Well,
about that. I'm like, nah, it's gonna be not bad.
well,
It's not gonna take me long. It's gonna take me
that's
maybe
not.
like an extra day. Like,
My concern was just that I didn't have a mental image of what you were talking about. I'm just
yeah,
like, what are
yeah,
you saying? You're gonna spin and spin and spin? Okay,
yeah.
that sounds fun, I guess.
But and another sneak peek is I've already started Simon's Quest and I'm making progress. And so when this video comes out, I'm gonna have already beaten Simon's Quest. So
Hell yeah.
since I did fall behind, I've been restructuring the way that I'm doing things to the point where I think talking way too much about my channel at this point, but
No, you're not.
I think
That's
I'm
what this is
there, kind of. I'm exactly where I need to be. I think the one thing I need to do in order to grow is if I could do it, if I could get one video a month, I think that would take care of everything.
for. A noble goal. I think you'd
yeah.
be doing well then.
I think that the puzzle pieces are like all the pieces are in place for my channel to grow if I could do that. But like, let's start with 2 months and let's work our way up. But Simon's Quest, I already have an idea for how I want to do that video. The structure is going to be a little different as well. So I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. Me too. I will say, I think I've had another realization, like the opposite realization for me. Where you're like, I need to be more consistent. I need to put out a video once a month. I think I need to resist the urge to upload. Cause like queefing out a video about like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon that I knew that wasn't gonna do anything, and it didn't. So, just like, why am I doing that?
I think there's when you have monetary support from fans, there's kind of this certain expectation, and you really don't want to let them down.
Yeah,
because it's a lot of pressure. Like, it's not ever what I meant for it to do, but it kind of like I don't want to disappoint anyone who's supporting me, and so I feel that's
a good point.
Because a lot of them tell me though to take my time. So they make it easier. Yeah.
That's the thing is like if I just told my patrons like, hey, I'm working hard on like this video, it's gonna be a couple months, like I'm sure they would understand.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't even be like they would be cool with like once every couple of months if it was just like if it was like a Chrono Trigger level video, but I don't know. At the same time, I'm just like, well, yeah, but I can't go a month without releasing something. So let's quick. I played through Mystery Dungeon, just get a video out on that.
The Chrono Trigger video was amazing. I watched your most recent video. I watched about half of it. I stopped watching when you stopped talking about Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, I think.
I loop back around. I only talk about Fire Emblem for like 3 minutes.
Okay, well, I stopped, but it was not because I didn't want to finish it. It was because I was at work. I had something came up, so
it's fine. It's a skippable episode. It's like
a skippable episode.
It is. It's a filler episode. It's not a big deal.
Filler's good sometimes. Yeah.
Sometimes you need it. Yeah. Except I don't think I do. I don't think I need filler anymore. Speaking of filler, it's almost April Fool's Day, and I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing for it.
Hopefully, like you mean an upload? Or are you planning on uploading?
I don't think I've missed an April Fool's Day since I started my channel.
Okay, so it's a thing that you do. I haven't uploaded on April Fool's.
I mean, sometimes it's what I end up doing is really lame, but I think I've made it every year. Like I've put something out every year. I'm pretty sure.
We'll have to brainstorm that.
Yeah, I know, because like the thing is I almost never know what I'm doing until like the day of or the day before or something.
Let me know if you want me to participate. I'll make a cameo.
Maybe. If I need an idea first. Shit.
Yeah. But speaking of consistency, this is consistent. This is kind of a side project. Honestly, this is a side project in consistency. It's a side project, like just trying to figure out what it feels like to be like on the ball. And like we've missed a few like right at the beginning, but like we've been pretty much daily for the longest time now.
I don't want to promise daily. There may be days where there's no clip.
Yeah, it's not going to be like daily forever or whatever. The podcast could end in 2 weeks and never upload again. We don't know, but
don't say that.
We don't know. But
I'm going to make solo episodes if that happens.
Yeah, no, that could happen. No, yeah, I'm
going to tape your face to the monitor and just talk to that.
Yeah, like on a popsicle stick. Hey, yeah. With green screen, you can do anything. We have a cool setup, I think, for a remote podcast.
I'd say so. It's all right. We got to do at least one in person. We can't quit until we do at least one in person.
Oh, we'll have to do one in person, especially because I have the Rodecaster. It makes it easy.
Sure, whatever you got. I don't know.
Yeah.
You take care of that.
Thanks for watching, everyone who's watching. We appreciate it. We're at 64 subs. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I think like if this hits 100 subs, that's insane. Without saying anything, that's crazy.
It is pretty. It would be pretty. It would actually be kind of an accomplishment.
It would.
A podcast to 100 subscribers.
Getting a podcast to 100 subscribers in this economy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Clip stop.